Alright, so there's been a bit of a controversy surrounding this replay, and I was thinking whether I should cast it or not, but F it, I said. It's still a nice replay in my opinion. We're gonna look at a TVT today. Welcome back to Spectrum Series Season 2. This is the penultimate episode. And actually, we have a spicy replay today. I'll explain more of the controversy that surrounds this. But first, let's look at the two players spawning on inside and out, bottom left side. We have the CSO representative. It's going to be Mewa. And his opponent, in the blue, in the top right side, for Team Hasu, this is NihonGo. Okay, so a bit about that controversy. So the interesting thing is this replay did not end up in my inbox or emails or anything. Wasn't sent to me by the players. It's interesting because it got to our founder BloodRayne, and Jackie said, "Hey, here's a funny replay. You might want to cast it." And I was like, hell yeah, I want to cast that. And allegedly, there was some bad-mannered shenanigans on this, on NihonGo. And NihonGo actually sent this replay to Jackie, claiming that Mewa was actually bad-mannering him. So, really curious what this is about. I haven't seen this replay, so we'll see. We'll see what this is about. So, anyways, let's take a look at the openers. So we have the standard TVT opener. We have the double gas opener, as well as the Reaper Hellion combination. Actually, hold on a second. We have a tech lab on the factory with the earlier reactor, actually single Reaper into double Marine, so actually looks really nice. We have one Hellion, one Reaper on the side of NihonGo. I'm really curious what the actual what do you call it, the actual factory will produce, and it's going to be a Cyclone. Makes more sense than a tank, I guess, because, well, that's just something that makes sense. Okay, and we have a bit of a proxy here. We have a proxy starport on the way for NihonGo. Probably it's going to be with Reapers jumping in and maybe Hellions being picked up by medevac and being dropped. We'll see, we'll see. That's the thing that makes the most sense, right? I mean, let's be honest, nothing else would make that much sense. How's Mewa scouting? Mewa has actually scouted the factory, and that's pretty much it. What do we know on the side? NihonGo hasn't even scouted yet, so he's going into this blindly. And I believe we're gonna have a bit of a Raven production here, maybe. You have the tech lab attached to it, so yep, there we go. Raven in production, and now we have this whole thing. And actually, wait a minute. This is a Liberator with a multi-pronged harassment here. The Cyclone almost goes down. Mewa needs to be really careful. He cannot let in the Hellions. Nicely done there. And now the Cyclone is going to deal with the Lib. Maybe one more shot. Cannot really deal with the Liberator. And now Mewa is actually in deep trouble. He has to micro perfectly with these SCVs to deny those Reapers. And the Liberator still denies him the mining time. Oh, one of the Reapers gets surrounded. Really nicely done by Mewa. Nice defense so far. And NihonGo, actually props to NihonGo for this chaotic opener. I actually love how this unfolded. Ooh, bit of a mistargeting. The SCV goes into the gas, but goes down anyways. And this was actually a really chaotic opener, but we have a quick third command center on the side of Mewa, and we have the tech lab coming up for NihonGo on that starport. And tank production started for NihonGo. One more Raven coming out for Mewa and also tanks as well. But 3 command centers versus the 2 that just barely finished the orbital command is going to... well, let's just say it's going to be a bit worse for NihonGo, but of course it's still playable. There was a bit of a damage. We had 7 SCVs going down on the side of Mewa with that Cyclone and 6 Marines as well for 2 Hellions and 5 Reapers. Not too shabby, if you ask me. Okay. Alright, so I believe we're going to have Stim starting. Oh, we have... Mewa decides not to go out. For now, at least. Oh, I mean, not to go out on that third base. Actually, okay, changed his mind. Now we have Vikings in production, continuous tank production, I believe, from now on, and we have the extra 2 Raxes. Well, pretty much standard stuff. NihonGo's base is going to be built on location, and we probably will see some kind of mech follow-up, or maybe just double tank production with some bio. Ooh, nice missile turrets here. And one of those tanks is going to go down, actually 2 of them, and now the third tank is also in trouble. These unsieged tanks are going to deal a lot of damage. The turrets were placed almost pitch perfect. Oh, one more Hellion goes down. And was the third base scouted? Yes, it was scouted on the side of NihonGo, so Mewa doesn't know about the third base build on location. Let's see if this is going to finish in time or not. We have this really nicely positioned tank here. Also defended by a Raven, so a bit more difficult to actually deal with it. Ooh, the Raven is going to go down, I believe, but drops that missile turret there, and now finally the Raven goes down, but these unsieged tanks are actually doing a lot of damage. Vikings gonna land, and they're going to deal more damage here, but these are going to get surrounded, or maybe not. Let's see. Okay, 2 Vikings land on the side of NihonGo, and NihonGo needs to be careful not to lose too many SCVs if it's not necessary. It's going to try and... Oh, cannot really decide if he would like to go for that surround with the SCVs or not. Now Mewa actually... Oh, will retreat. Okay, so doesn't want to sacrifice those 2 tanks, knows that sooner or later it's going to go down. And now NihonGo has 3 command centers as well, but Mewa's third is almost saturated. And of course has a lot of mules, 4 mules mining right now on the side of Mewa. And he's going to actually well, stay ahead of NihonGo in terms of workers, in terms of income. And now the second wave of this push is coming in. 2 Vikings still left. And now we have a sieged up tank, and actually, ooh, triple sieged up tank. So this is going to be a really tough position to break. A couple of reinforcements in terms of like Vikings are going to come up. Ooh, one of those Vikings is actually in trouble, but 3 Vikings are going to deal with 2 of them. Not managing to get any shots off anymore. Okay, now Mewa scans actually. Oh my goodness! Oh, the mule! Oh, I'm not sure. I am actually not sure if that was a misclick or... Oh, now I know what's happening here. Oh, now I know what's happening here. I think this is the reason why it's some controversy surrounding this replay. Not clever, says NihonGo. Oh, I think I'd like to believe that was a misclick, but I don't want to be sure about it. You know, like the command center was probably selected. We're gonna memorize this one, and we're gonna see what's happening here in just a couple of moments, or at least after the game ends. Ooh, one more Viking is going to go down. Oh, but those Marines are going to go down, but not clever coming out from Mewa as well. Wow, so far this is an exciting TVT. Another scan to see the army retreating. How many Raxes do we have on each side? We have 5 Raxes on the side of Mewa. We have a single one, excuse me. We have a single one on the side of NihonGo, and we have mech follow-up, of course, as we talked about it. Now, the question is, will there be enough time for NihonGo to actually get away with the mech follow-up? Of course, mech needs time, and it's gonna roll over the opponent, most likely. And now, well, actually, Mewa is up in supply, but that's mostly workers. It's not that much in terms of army. It's like 10 supply, 11 supply, sorry. Maths doesn't work out, as per usual. And there's an upgrade advantage on the side of Mewa, actually soon to be for actually 5 upgrades, because we're gonna have ship weapons as well, and +2/+2 for the bio. Ooh, for Hellion run by. We have a bit of a chaos created here. A couple of SCVs are going to go down for sure. Oh, that's an SCV barbecue if I ever saw one. Question is, will this be a successful one with those left? Doesn't manage to get them. A couple of SCVs in the red. And now we have 2 tanks packed into that medevac. And we're gonna head towards the other side, I believe. We'll switch the action to the other side. This is not bad, not too bad. 3 tanks are in a decent position, and we have a depot here to signal if there's going to be any aggression further, like ahead of time, a couple of seconds ahead of time. Oh, but Mewa actually, oh, there's one Viking. Okay, a couple of depots are going to spot pretty well. And this tank is actually has a good range here. I wish I could see the range. Okay, now I see the range, I believe. Oh, but here we have a doom drop actually on the side of Mewa. And we have a lot of Vikings, but there's a lot of Marines as well, or so I would like to believe. Oh, one tank is going to go down in that medevac without being dropped out. And now we have the Vikings landing, but that's not that clever of an idea here, because there's a lot of Marauders and those Vikings are going to go down. Fresh Tank cannot even move too far away from that factory. And now at least one factory is going to go down. And there's the well done from NihonGo and leaves the game. No GG. I guess that well done was after that not clever, assuming the Manner Mule. Well, I don't think that was too genuine, but well done indeed by Mewa. Actually, that was a nice and entertaining TVT, if I have to say myself. So yeah, special thanks for BloodRayne for submitting this replay. Again, a bit of a controversy surrounding the replay, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. No need to be overreacting these things. If anything, just consider that mule is not going to mine on the other side, and your opponent just misclicked maybe. Anyways, yeah, huge shout out to Mewa and CSO Esports, and of course you, my community. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me constantly. And that's going to be it for me. Last episode is going to feature a really special player. I'm not going to reveal anything yet, but yeah, stay tuned and you will find out. See you in the next one. Cheers.